Waiting hits disciplined people differently. When you've built your life around responsibility and steady effort, a stalled season doesn't just feel inconvenient or annoying. It feels suspicious. Like you did what you were supposed to do, you showed up, you stayed faithful to the work. So when forward momentum slows down or doors stay closed, it can feel like a question mark hanging over everything that you built. For people wired toward faithfulness and structure, waiting can feel like something's off. And not something morally wrong, it just feels out of alignment with how progress has always worked for you. You're used to your effort leading somewhere. You're accustomed to seeing fruit when you've been doing the work. Waiting interrupts that rhythm, and it can shake up the internal order you've counted on for years. What makes this heavier is that you're not idle. Your life is still full. You're still providing, you're still leading, you're still caring. From the outside, nothing looks broken. Inside, though, there's this tension that comes from moving without anything happening. You keep working, but the results feel like they're 100 miles away. That gap can make even faithful people start wondering what in the world they're missing. See, waiting often gets mistaken for passivity or for failure. That misunderstanding can add shame to the discomfort you're already feeling. But waiting, the way Scripture speaks about it, isn't inactivity. It's not about pulling back effort. It's about recognizing when effort is no longer working how you thought it would or how you thought it should. For disciplined people, productivity has always been reliable. When pressure showed up, you worked harder. But when things were uncertain, what'd you do? You organized, you planned, you executed. Those instincts aren't wrong. They've created stability and provision, but waiting exposes their limits. There are seasons where effort no longer brings clarity and action no longer creates movement. That doesn't mean something's wrong. It just means something different is happening. Waiting feels threatening because the feedback loop you're used to goes quiet. You can't measure progress the same way. You can't confirm alignment through results. The movement that once reassured you isn't there. And for someone whose faith has been lived through consistency and responsibility, that silence can feel very, very risky. In those spaces, God often works beneath the surface instead of out in front of you. Waiting reshapes your identity in very subtle ways. When outcomes slow down, the question of who you are apart from what you produce starts to surface. And that doesn't come as crisis, but as this quiet awareness. You notice how much steadiness came from being useful. You become aware of how often your worth felt reinforced by your forward motion. That awareness isn't condemnation, it's formation. Waiting loosens the grip of performance without stripping away the hard work you're already doing. It invites you to live more fully as a son or daughter and not just as a builder of things. The work you've done doesn't disappear. It just stops being the thing that proves you belong. Trust also gets refined in waiting. Early faith often grows alongside effort. So you trust God as you move, as you build, as you respond. And over time, that quietly drifts into reliance on your competence. Waiting interrupts that shift. When your effort no longer guarantees outcome, trust has to deepen beyond agreement and into surrender. That kind of trust, though, it can feel very exposed at first. There is nothing concrete to point to and say, this is why I'm okay. Instead, there's this quieter confidence that rests on who God is rather than on how effective you've been. And that settles in very slowly, often without you noticing it right away. Dependence changes shape too. In productive seasons, dependence often looks like asking God to bless your plans and strengthen your resolve. In waiting, dependence becomes more relational. Prayer gets simpler. It's more honest. You bring your unease, the questions, the fatigue, and not to fix them, but to just sit with God in them. Attachments to outcomes also gets addressed. They're not removed, they're just reordered. The desire for good fruit doesn't go away. What changes is how tightly your peace is tied to the timing of that fruit appearing. Waiting just reveals where hope is quietly fused with control. As that loosens, there's often more internal space. There's less pressure to force clarity. There's more capacity to live with uncertainty without panicking all the time. This is often where faith matures in ways productivity never could. Faith shifts from being proven through visible fruit to being practiced through presence. You stay faithful without the immediate payoff. You keep showing up without knowing when momentum is going to return. And that kind of faith doesn't feel impressive. It feels ordinary, which is often how God prefers to work. Waiting also clarifies who you're becoming. When your output slows, formation can come into focus. Traits that often got overshadowed by busyness now have room to surface. Patience gets tested in real time. Your humility grows without this applause that you're always looking for. Gentleness toward yourself and others becomes more necessary as the margin for your self-pressure starts to shrink. And none of this makes waiting easy. It just makes it purposeful. God isn't withholding movement to punish or correct you. He's reshaping the inner structure that will eventually carry whatever comes next. And the delay is not wasted time. It's preparatory time, even when it doesn't feel like preparation. Waiting also gives you permission to stop trying to resolve everything internally. You don't have to understand the timeline to remain faithful. You don't have to feel settled to stay obedient. You learn to live from trust instead of living from certainty. And that can feel very, very fragile at first, but it will become sturdier over time. Now, if you're in a waiting season, it doesn't mean you misheard God or missed your window. It may simply mean the work right now is just quieter. The growth is internal. The fruit is forming underground. That kind of growth rarely announces itself, but it often lasts longer than anything that you could produce through force. There's no need to rush yourself toward insight or resolution here. Reflection at this moment is enough. Notice what's being stirred. Pay attention to where effort wants to outrun trust. Let those observations be gentle. They're invitations and not accusations. Listen, waiting doesn't erase your faithfulness. It reveals it. The steadiness that you're practicing now, without the reinforcement of progress, is forming something very resilient inside you. When your movement returns, and it will in time, you'll carry it differently. You'll carry it with less urgency. It'll have deeper roots. It'll have this quieter confidence that doesn't need constant confirmation. Now, if this resonates and you find yourself tired in a deeper way, I share a weekly newsletter for people walking through seasons just like this. It's a place for reflection and not pressure. And you're welcome there whenever it feels right.